the shining light that we bear. We're the only ones to make her brighter, the only ones to make her better, the only ones to make Anambra shine.
Your Excellency Deputy Governor, for the sake of time, we would like to be sharp, so I will stand on all existing protocols. It's an honor to be back here. We were here last year for the Anambra Business Roundtable, and a lot has happened at that time. I will first invite our lead discussant, Anambra, to start.
Your Excellency, please permit me. I'm not used to sitting down when I'm talking, especially to a distinguished audience like this. I'm highly honored to be here today to share some of my thoughts about the creative industries and how governments all over the world help to make it the more sustainable, more socially inclusive, and how generally it helps to lift the standard of living in any society. And then when I listened to His Excellency speak and to the keynote speaker, a few things struck me, kind of echoed what I put down. The fact remains that Anambra State, Igbo land, and indeed the whole of Nigeria, no one is in doubt that we have an abundance of talent. From sports to music, to filmmaking, to engineering, science, business, commerce, we have all the talent. So the problem is not the lack of talent. That's for sure. We've seen that. But why are we generally poor? Why is our quality of life the problem? Indeed, if you take a city, a town like Nnewi, there's more billionaires in Nnewi, more multi-billionaires than a mid-sized city in Europe. So how come we're not sharing in the richness of this people? And so I thought, going back in terms of infrastructure, many decades ago we built wonderful bridges. I remember growing up in the late 70s and early 80s, Oshodi-Apapa Expressway was just constructed. We had Kogi Road was beautiful. We had aluminium, we had rails. Can you believe that? And so we had the National Theatre, which was one of the best theatres in the world, Arts Theatre. We had the Murtala Mohammed Airport, which was designed after Schiphol in Amsterdam. So, but 30 years on now, what has happened? The airport is not that great anymore. The National Arts Theatre is suffering. So, wherein lies the problem? And I think, for me, given my own experience, I think the problem is what we're interrogating here today. Really beyond infrastructure, rethinking the future. And I might add, reimagining the future. So it gives me great comfort to listen to His Excellency speak and talk about infrastructure, but then, kind of put it down and say, we need to look at certain fundamentals of security, fundamentals of education, because these are the bedrock. But for us on this panel, my own way of focus is really, we need to go back to taking the issue of creative industries and cultural industries, the CCIs, as a priority. Because if people don't appreciate the infrastructure, they themselves will destroy it. So you can have a beautiful power line and then see someone lasso the power line and bring it down and sell transformers and destroy the very benefit. So we need to go back into how we incorporate a love for culture and for the business of culture. So for me, going forward, I like programs to drive interventions in this area. As the keynote speaker said, someone I really admire, Mr. Leo Stan, he talked about information. In the old classical economists, we know that land, labor, and capital, those were really the tools, those were the factors of production. But in the 21st century, information is really information and time. becomes two very important factors of production today. And he talked about it, so I'm not going to dwell too much on that, but that is really a strategic resource. But to get to information and knowledge, we need education. So, but let me share some stats with you about the importance of the creative and cultural industries. You will see here clearly that in North America, in terms of revenue, that this industry is advertising, architecture, books, gaming, movies, performing arts, TV, and all of that put together contributes about 620 billion to the US economy. Employs about 4.7 million people. And that is something we talked about what was happening in Nollywood in the very, and I like to thank Madam Rock, Mary Njoko, for the wonderful thing she's done, bringing Nollywood back to the east, even though it's in Asaba, but it's close by. So, Excellency, she's just next door in Asaba, but she's doing over 400 movies a year. One individual, 400 movies. But it tells you the massive scale that the car. So, for many years, Enugu had a lot of people were in Nollywood in Enugu, but there was no institutional connection. Indeed, for me, the issue is how do you connect the dots? Because everybody's doing different things. The computer science graduates, the people doing ICT, but how do you connect the dots? How does government move to making sure that this works? And you see from Africa there, our numbers are dismal. We may have the largest population, but we are only doing 58 billion. So that is really not something to be proud about. But here is the significance. The creative industries in the UK is the fastest growing sector in the UK. It is really going further than any other sector. And in London, for example, it's known as the city centre for arts and culture, advertising, technology, and everything in the world. But it's not accidental. It's done on a deliberate, the city of London is part of it. There's nothing accidental, it's not by accident. And just to give you an idea as well, in terms of, when you look at the growth prospects in terms of occupations, by 2024, the creative sector will have accounted for 5.3 of for employment in the UK. And that's really massive when you come to think about it. And that's something we can do not only in Anambra State, but in the whole of Nigeria. This just gives you a perspective, this is in relation to the US alone. And gives you a bit more detail in terms of the contributions of the creative industries to the economy of the US. But let me now spend a few more minutes talking about how government interventions work. It works on three levels. You have the supply side. What are the things you do? And a few of the speakers have talked about it today. Talent development, providing skills to monetize talent, education, both formal and technical education. I'll dwell a little bit on that. With something, a concept we call factory schools, which is really, in an old traditional setting, we call it Imoluaka, but in a digital way, really, but that's what it is. The investment in training studios and co-fund of innovation, and that's something that's very important, and I'm sure Rock Studio will be happy to hear that, tax incentives. Years ago, Kenya was not big in movies. Cape Town was not big in movies, but they had a tax incentive scheme, and so many countries do that. Canada is doing that, for example. If you bring verifiable, say $1 million, they will give you back up to 30% of that investment, verified by obviously by the tax, by the film credit authority or the film office in the countries or in the state. So that's it with regards to the supply side. In terms of the market efficiency, there are things that the government does in terms of policy. Rather than me going to, if I want to shoot a movie, rather than me going to this local government and that local government, I have a one-stop shop. Whether it's an SIPA or whether it's a film office that I can go and get all my permits and all the licenses that I need to do that. And it's digitized. It makes it possible for me to do that in a fairly efficient manner. And the other thing that we talked about, I think the keynote talked about it, is this thing about cluster development. Mr. Stan talked about the wonderful hotel where we're staying in. The views, the vistas are magnificent. But how do you build, I could already think of 2, 3, 4 movies that could be shot there, but you need sister supporting infrastructure around that area. So that's the most important thing around how you provide cluster. It's fundamental. So the other thing is obviously access to finance. This is with regards to how do you promote market efficiency within the sector. And the last thing is the demand side. How do you stimulate demand? How do you make people want to come to Anambra to make movies beyond that? The other thing is that you need to develop Anambra as a brand. Because brands these days in the digital world really is a currency. It's a very important currency. So we need to find ways, working with the players in the industry across the ecosystem, how do we promote Anambra as a brand? How do we support market access? For festivals, making sure that Amma is here. A lot of the major characters in Nollywood come from this part of the country, but we haven't seen Amma being hosted in Oka or anywhere in the East. And it's an incredible, powerful machinery to attract people to the state. And there's a time, obviously, later on in the panel, you will hear my brother Ikechi talk about the relationship between movies and tourism. Extremely significant, powerful tool that we have. And the other thing is, how do you keep the IP promoting and ensuring that people who come from here, intellectual property is protected and promoted across the market. I'll go a little bit further to show you how you can do this. This comes from the Boston Consulting Group, so they've done extensive research on this in this area. And these are, as I said, and everybody has said, every country that is developed in the world, there's no rocket science. You just simply copy what others do well and add your own designs to it. And I think this is the standard fare for how we develop the creative industry, whether it be movies, music, films, and so on and so forth. You see this, there's a format for it. For time purposes, this document is available. The same thing applies to the video games industry as well. We have this talent of young people who are in schools, coming out of schools, but we have to find them a place. And that leads into the discussion around the factory schools. You can do that for fashion, you can do that for films, you can do that for home, for ICT, where the attachment to people who are doing this, to companies who are doing this. If you look at Innocent, for example, Innocent makes automobiles, it makes vehicles, it makes all kinds of things, but does it have a certain number of people who are attached to it, young people who can learn the trade? Because the big have engineers with PhDs, but we don't have craftsmen who can machine tools, who can do the little things. And as far as development is concerned, it's often the very little things that are most important. And I think that having this system and putting it together with vocational education that we've talked about is fundamental for moving forward in terms of how we put ICT forward. So the thing for me really is this. You cannot grow. You cannot make this. You can have 400 films being made in Anambra tomorrow, but if there's no relationship with government, it cannot be sustainable. And the people who take benefit from it will be limited. But if you do it in a way, and give you an example, if you put out 100 million naira to make a movie today, the 100 million naira goes to over 100 people. It goes to costumiers, it goes to caterers, it goes to computer people, it goes to cameramen, it goes to actors, it goes to transporters. There's a whole value chain of people who are involved in this. And indeed, the stats are there. For every dollar invested in the creative industries, you get this is according to United Nations, you get 4.61 returns back. So there is a model to show that this is the industry of the future. But more importantly, it's an industry that values innovation, it's an industry that values knowledge. So the very premise is that you grow, as you grow in that sector, it's easy to see the multiplier effect.
Thank you, Emeka. I'm going to have to have you.
So just before I finish, so someone asked me, what can government do? I think the key for me is you need to focus attention on declaring the creative industries as the priority sector. And I'm very happy to see that you've already done that, but then you need to build in a few steps, some of which I've outlined in this last slide. And we can talk about it some more later.
We'll have the opportunity to talk about that some more, Mika. Thank you very much for your discussion. We're very close to lunch, and I think you might be getting a little bit tired, but I want to encourage you. I want to challenge you, in fact, to give us your attention for 15 creation. The heart of value creation in the world now is from the industries that are represented here. Globally, 7 of the top 10 most valuable companies in the world are now digital or creative. So, and somehow the organizers have managed to bring really the leaders. I was really amazed just talking yesterday at what people here have done. Now, there's a problem that I want to invite you all to help me solve. Last year, I was here, it was my first time really interacting with the government. And I said, at the time I was a venture capitalist, I was investing, providing capital to startups across Africa. But I said here that software engineering probably holds the answer for this region because of the brains. And from really after that, I really thought about it that, am I asking the government to do it? Or who am I expecting to do it? And so I quit my job as a VC and I went to start a software engineering school. I started it last year. Ideally, I would have loved to start it here. I actually even looked and I worked on it for a little bit to start it here in Anambra. But of course, from a practical standpoint, because I was investing my own money, I had to really think about it, and I said, let me start in Lagos first. So I'm a year in now, I've trained 100 people, next year I'll be 500, the year after I'll be 1,000. But Mary, makes 400 movies, and she's from the East. Ideally, should have done it here. Peace has done AMA in Bayelsa and in other parts of the world. Ideally, should have done it here. But we are not doing it here. It's impractical to start here right now. So the question, we have His Excellency, we have several of the people of means in the state. The question is, what is needed? What is that jump start? So that we don't have to wait until you get big before you can come here. So that you can actually start here. So I'll start with my senior brother in tech, Hires.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, my apologies for coming in late. My take on the theme, and I think it's a very poignant theme, beyond infrastructure and rethinking the future. My thought process squarely goes towards artificial intelligence in readiness for the job market of the future. And remember, software cuts across all the industries represented here today, and any other industry that is out there: agriculture, healthcare, automobile, the movie business, and all. Now, my position is we've got to take the bull by the horn. And taking the bull by the horn means we're going to have to be unique in our approach in trying to ramp up the talent that we need to produce the critical mass in the AI industry. And here is my position. My position is that Anambra State stands unique amongst all the 36 states, perhaps with the exception of maybe Lagos State, where a young kid coming out of school does not look to government for employment when he first comes out. His entrepreneurial spirit is built into his DNA, and his interest is to go out there and make it on his own. So, 2 years ago, the Indian government partnered with Intel Corporation and decided to train 150,000 of its people in AI, students and professors. 150,000. In October of last year, 2017, at the point where I was actually talking about this, they had at that point trained 9,600 of their people. As of August this year, they've trained that 150,000 in artificial intelligence. India today stands in the top three categories in terms of skill acquisition, in terms of research, and in terms of business opportunities within India in the field of artificial intelligence. So my own proposal is we should have a number that we too can target as a goal. Let us just say that we can agree that we can train, say, 4,000, just 4,000 young kids. Young means that they must have graduated, and then we can take them and now develop them in the field of AI. 4,000 in the space of 3 years, perhaps 4 years at the most. And what will then happen? Over the long term, and well, over the short term, we can have the government investing, create the seed funding that would help to now drive this industry forward. So my premise in moving forward and rethinking the future as a key industry that we can jumpstart in Anambra State, because we've got the advantage to do so, is to move in the direction of artificial intelligence.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Pius. Let me jump across to the entertainment industry, to Peace. Peace, you're doing a lot of training across starting or to jumpstart. You're doing that here.
Training comes for different reasons, like Mary accentuates to. One of the key things with the film industry is to move it back home. We need to actually move intentionally to build capacity within this region. There is a lack of intentional capacity building. Now, what do I mean by intentional? A lot of the students can't afford the level of training that they need. So it's got to be provided for. Now, if government cannot do that, then the private corporates should be able to fund that. Now, people ask me, why in the Southeast haven't you trained? I've actually started doing a lot of that this year in the Southeast, but the funding is not coming from the Southeast. So it's very difficult, the amount of students you can train. So what people forget is that film actually encompasses everything we are about today. So we're sitting in a room that actually realize that creativity is the essence of life. From the clothes you wear, the food you eat, so when people think of film, they're thinking of actors and actresses, they're thinking of just the cinematographers. That's not really just it. From film, you're talking about welders, you're talking about carpenters, you're talking about electricians, you're talking about dressmakers, you're talking about caterers. It's a whole full garment of stuff. So basically, we need to build capacity. And then I also asked why AMA has not been held in the Southeast. I think Toronto Film Festival, Cannes Film Festival, Berlinale, it's got government funding to go with it. Because you have to bring in the people, the tourists, but it actually builds up after that year. In the first couple of years, it's difficult, then it does. So at a point, we were doing between 1,000 to 1,500 tourists that were not attached to Bielsa already during AMA. So they would come in, and at the point, we actually outgrew Bielsa for hotel rooms. That was one.
Fantastic. So if the traction and the state will get it back in through the number of visitors, let me invite Mary to talk about still a related topic. We're talking about 400 movies a year, and can you tell us what percentage of those are made here, and what we would benefit if that number went up? So what is the impact of you making a movie in a particular city or state? Can you help us understand that?
First batch here, 400 across Nigeria. And I want to correct something you said earlier. I think we do 2% of the productions in Asaba. So we work mostly in Lagos. Enugu, Owerri, Ibadan, a little in Benin, some in Ghana, a little in the United States, so 400 across. Yeah. So, talking about coming to Anambra, question is, why would I? Yeah, if you talk about attracting the creative industry, but nobody talks about the incentives. The creative industry is interested in what?
Like what you are saying, you don't mind.
Okay. We go where we are invited. Here, 200 across Nigeria. And I want to correct something you said earlier. I think we do 2% of the productions in Asaba. So we work mostly in Lagos, Enugu, Owerri, Ibadan, a little in Benin, some in Ghana, a little in the United States. So 400 across. Yeah. So talking about coming to Anambra, question is, why would I? Yeah, if you talk about attracting the creative industry, but nobody talks about the incentives. The creative industry is interested in what?
Like what you are saying, you don't mind.
Okay. We go where we are invited.
What these incentives would be. But first, let me let you chip in on what is needed to jumpstart your own. You're also in the movies, jumpstart your own space.
Okay, for the big picture, our forte is more strategy, business intelligence within the creative sector. And if you would ask me, I would favor more of strategy. Anambra could quickly, 1 month, 2 months, do a little research and find out what the data says about what is needed and have a holistic strategy. So you just don't do tax incentives in isolation or this in isolation. You have a holistic strategy that tells you from what do you want to achieve. You define what you want to achieve. I'll figure that will be job creation. You want to hold the higher ground on the creative industry's narrative. You also want to have a control of the narrative within your own localities. There's so much to achieve. This is a very, very dynamic and prolific industry. And when you find that you also now, when you decide what you want to achieve, then there are 3 things that will be in this sector. One is people. If you have the people, essentially that are the operators of this sector, believe you me, you have the sector. She just complained and said, why would she call her producers and make them come here? They do in their comfort zone. Why can't this be their comfort zone? Right? So if you own the people, who are the operators of the sector, you own the sector literally. And that speaks to capacity development. And there are very, very, may I say, inexpensive ways of doing that. There's so many collaborations between the government sector and international organizations, and yada. Then the next will be technology. Technology is acquired, it's not static. Technology of today may not be technology of tomorrow. And technology that serves this market may not be technology that serves this market. So if you are clear on what you want to do, then you know what technology will match that. The ability to match technology to intent and market gives you a strategic advantage. And the last part of things will be the markets themselves. When you finish creating this talent, how do they access the international markets? How do we access the local markets? We need to configure those markets to suit our desired outcomes. I think Anambra has certain strategic advantages that we are not looking at. This is the second state in terms of population density in the country. We are around over 6 markets with total of maybe 100 billion naira annual revenue.
So thanks for that contribution. So we're really pressed for time. I've been sitting out for us to round up. So I'm going to start this next round of questions, which is our final round of questions. I want to start with Emeka. I'm fortunate to be part of the Anambra State Investment Promotion and Protection Agency. I'm also part of the Youth and Job Creation Council. I spoke with the Honorable Commissioner last week, and he's really keen on making things happen now. ANSIPA, very keen on making things happen now. And so we really enjoyed and benefited from the advice that you give him generally. But I want to ask you specifically for your own fact, really think about it as a pledge. What you in your business can partner with Anambra or can do with Anambra in the next 12 months, and what you want from either the investment agency or the Ministry of Youth or Sports or whatever you feel is relevant, but most of the commissioners are here. So what do you want to do? What can you bring somebody to do? And what do you need to make that happen? And you only have 1 minute, please.
I think the most important thing is a creative and cultural industries map. You need to have data, as you said. You need to know what works, what's working now, and what you think will work, and what's the value chain, what are the things we want to do. As I said in my submission, the roadmap is fairly simple. You can emulate. This has been done in India, it's been done in South Africa, it's been done in Kenya, it's been done all over the world. The framework is the same. So, but the difference is the data, the value chain. Who are the operators in the value chain, and what do they want? And then from there, you can set out goals, put a budget to it, and say, like Mary said, I want to attract 50 movies from her over the next one year. My brother said here, let's do 1,000 AI people. So you can set a budget to it and say we can do that. But the most important thing is to do a creative industry roadmap, mapping what the industry wants and who are the actors and players and what do they want. That I think is the quickest win you can do.
And that's something that you want to personally get involved. But the question is, what do you personally want to get involved with? So we'll take that. You don't need to answer. We're writing it down. I can see my writing there. So you will help us with the creative roadmap. My sister brother Pius, please, what would you like to do, or what can you do in the next 12 months in Anambra State, and what would you like us to do to make that happen?
Well, first off, I'd like to see some form of strategic partnership with the private sector to engage in the recruitment and aggressive training of this young talent in being able to enhance their skill sets towards artificial intelligence. There's a whole slew of courses that are being taught over a period of time. But we've got to be aggressive in our approach, because India is not waiting. And India is preparing the foot runners for that industry now and for the next 5-10 years. So I want us in Anambra State to take advantage of that by preparing ourselves, getting involved with, partnering with the government, saying to the government, give us government grant, if you want, some sort of an incentive, as she had stated, to allow us now to aggressively go out there and recruit these young kids and begin an aggressive form of training. Remember, the target is to try and get a magic number of, say, 4,000. It may not be achievable, but it's a laudable goal to be able to look forward to. Now, that number can give us a critical mass to jumpstart the industry here in Anambra State. That's where I'd like us to be, jumpstarting an AI industry here in Anambra State. We can then, over time, attract investment into the state.
Okay, thank you, Pius. So your commitment is to get involved with AI training in Anambra State. I will personally work with you on that. So that's my commitment. I can write it down. Is that I will work with you and we'll collaborate with the relevant agencies to that happen. Please, if you just pass it across, please 30 seconds, please. Yes, what would you want to do in the next 12 months?
Okay, we need to develop a strategy.
So
we are willing to midwife that, but the government has to also do it. We need to develop a strategy.
Okay.
What does the data say? What do we have to do? And then deploy.
Okay, thank you. Same question, please. Given that the state is willing to work with you, what would you be willing to commit to do in the next 12 months?
Okay, give me the right incentives.
Yes.
Yeah, I will move some part of my productions to Anambra State.
Please, Kunanda. Thank you, Mary.
I think I will work with Marian support by training, capacity training. That's the most important thing. If we have capacity, we can move. And the young people need the training.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. So we have just time for just 2 questions from the audience. So if you have a question, please raise up your hand. Can I get somebody to help? Tony, can you help with the... Okay.
I'm the Managing Director, CEO of Anambra Newspapers. I go straight to the first point that Emeka made. Emeka used the sentence that you can have infrastructure, but the people may not know how to tap into it. I'm thinking that summarizes the situation. And that also answers the question of what can I do, what would be the incentive for me if I come to Anambra, quoting the person at the second to the last on the right. I run an organization where I have trained and capacitated at least 100 young artists who are not even journalists, and they make small living from it. I have a facility in Anambra Newspapers and Printing Corporation, Printers of National Light, where you can shoot your film. At least I can give you 2 good scenes, but you don't know about it. Just seek out, you will find. And then if we can actually have this kind of incentive, if we can have this incentive, will you want to come to Anambra? Madam, the lady that wanted to know how she will come to Nigeria. And
I'm an investment analyst, trained. I was a consultant in Super Company under Pius People Senior, and also I was a consultant in Central Investment Company, and I specialized in investment analysis. I have taken time to listen all through, and I want to note and to ask you a question. The world in the next 10 years, starting from now, will change. The world as we know it will change because of blockchain technology. All through, I've not heard anyone mention anything about blockchain technology. If money as we know it will change, fiat to digital or cryptocurrency, whether decentralized or centralized, because anything you run on blockchain comes out better. And
So
the question is, what efforts is being made in our states to ensure that our people understand and begin now to take advantage of blockchain technology? Thank you.
thank you.
The current Commissioner for Youth Empowerment and Creative Economy. And I'm just listening through the panelists, and thanks to Chicha also and Pius. I think Anambra State as it is today, I think we're driving, the wind is going to the right direction. I say this because of the various programs that the state have put in place, apart from the basic rudiments of making sure that the environment is safe for investments to come in. We have looked through and have an open opportunities for us to develop Film Village. We also looked at locations that we've cited, about 45 acres where the Film Village can be developed. We've also set up creative center where we can have an all-in-one center, just like we've had one of the speakers mentioned as well. And I also think that what we are doing also to aid you from looking inward to think of investing in Anambra State is that we have
taken the initial lead by His Excellency supporting us to develop data for analytics, which is I think what you need to be able to lead into artificial intelligence, just as I was discussing earlier. So we have the platform. What we've just launched quite recently for our database, we can analyze very clearly and very granularly, organically, from one level to another as to the skill set that you have in the States, the levels of participation, and going down to what you would want to require when you want to come in and invest in Anambra. So my question is, if these things are all ready for you to come in and play, would you need any other further thing that will help us to make sure you come in and play?
Whether Mary would come if the facilities are in place, and I think she pretty much answered that question already, but I'll just let you just say a couple of words, Mary, please.
Which of the questions? The first?
The question about whether you talked about the facilities that they have in place and whether you need to come.
He made a statement. He was like, I should seek. Why? I'm comfortable where I am. Why did I come here? What is it you have that wherever I'm shooting at today does not have? It's your duty to show me. Don't tell me to seek. That's the problem we have. If you're trying to harness the power of this industry, you have to lobby. The creative industry, the entertainment industry can change the perception of Anambra State in a heartbeat. You don't know the power of the entertainment industry. That's why you sit and ask me to sing. Why would I sing? What's the other question?
No, it's okay. Yes, you can take it.
Okay. Yeah, get a question. Yeah. Madam, because it's nice to hear your voice. I haven't seen you in a while. But please understand that this session, it's too brief for us to include technologies like blockchain technology. At a specialized, maybe software seminar or technology seminar, we can isolate and then now use and talk about blockchain technology in its entirety. However, as far as I'm concerned, artificial intelligence is at the base of everything. Now, moving forward. To address the Honorable Commissioner Mbanefo's comment, every field of endeavor or any industry needs some sort of an incentive. I don't know if you've ever watched the movie called Field of Dreams, where the mantra there was, if you build it, they will come. So if you have the infrastructure, you've got all the necessary components in place to allow a potential investor come in, he will come in if everything is in place. So if you put in place everything, there is no way the investment funds won't follow through. So to give you some encouragement, I like what you said about the skill levels, the interest levels, what the state already has in place. It can be encouraged further to now make people like us on the outside become more aware of what the state has achieved so far in putting together the basic infrastructure for us to move in. Good question though. Thank you very much.
So thank you very much, Oga Pius. On that note, I would like to end this session. Thank you all for your time. I think a very big thanks to the organizers. Thank you.